Hello tech enthusiasts, and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to dive into a fascinating topic, how to run a multi-container app, which includes front-end, back-end, and a database, using Docker Compose. Whether you're a DevOps engineer or a hobbyist developer, understanding Docker Compose is crucial in today's tech landscape. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. First things first, let's understand what Docker Compose is. Docker Compose is a tool that allows us to define and manage multi-container Docker applications. It uses YAML files to configure application services, and with just a single command, you can create and start all the services defined in your configuration. But how does it help us? Well, using Docker Compose, we can create separate containers, networks, and volumes for each tool without getting into the hassle of starting each one separately. It makes the whole process more efficient and manageable. Now, let's walk through the steps of setting up a multi-container app with Docker Compose. You'll need Docker Compose installed on your computer to follow along. If you don't have it, don't worry. Just head over to the official Docker website and follow the installation instructions there. Once you have Docker Compose installed, you can start setting up your app. To illustrate this, we are going to work on a simple web application that includes 3 services, a database, a backend, and a front-end. The first step in this process is to write a Docker Compose file. This will be a YAML file where we define all of our services. We'll call it dockercompose.yml. The version field in the file defines the version of Docker Compose we want to use. The services field defines all the containers we want to create. In our case, we will have 3: DB, backend, and frontend. Each service will have its own configuration such as image, build, volumes, and ports. Let's start by defining our DB service. We will use the official MongoDB image from the Docker Hub, specify the volumes for persistent data storage and set the necessary environment variables. Next, we'll define our backend service. It will be built from a Docker file in the backend directory. We'll link it to the DB service so it can communicate with the database and expose it on a specific port. Lastly, we'll define our front-end service. It will also be built from a Docker file, but this time in the front-end directory. It will link to the backend service and be exposed on a different port. After we've set our Docker Compose file, it's time to start our services. You can do this by running the command Docker Compose up in your terminal. Docker Compose will start all the services we defined. Congratulations, your multi-container app is now up and running. You can now access your front-end and back-end on the ports you defined in the Docker Compose file. And that's it. Running a multi-container application using Docker Compose is as simple as that. Remember to always define your services clearly in the Docker Compose file and ensure all the dependencies are correctly set. Thank you for watching this tutorial. If you found it helpful, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more tech content. In the next video, we will be delving into another interesting topic, so stay tuned. Until then, happy coding. Thank you for watching. Keep exploring the world of tech.